the one thing that is the most important thing to gain weight and to build muscle is to eat enough calories.
So some people are going to have to consume more calories because their body has a naturally high metabolic rate. So if you're not gaining weight, you just need to eat more calories. That's all it is. It's just a balance of energy intake.
A lot of people don't realize that, like, you know, especially when they first switch to a plant-based diet, that the food is just so much less calorically dense than, you know, meat and dairy and other foods that we're used to eating.
When they follow a vegan diet, and especially a whole foods diet, they tend to eat way less than they ate before. So you need to make sure that you're getting all the calories, you're eating a lot of volume, and that's like the most important thing to build muscle.
Protein is to repair your muscles, so you do need a higher intake of protein if you're putting your body through that strain. So increasing your protein, and I'll say sets of 6. I like to do 6 sets of 6 at, you know, 80% of my 1 rep max, and that works wonders for me. And big compound movements like squats, you know, deadlifts, big compound movements will give you all-round muscle gains.
Well, people really love to overcomplicate this, but basically you just need to eat more and lift with more intensity than you did the day before. So you need to make sure you're in a calorie surplus, because building muscle takes a ton of energy, and typically plant-based foods are less calorie dense. Smoothies are a great way to consume more calories, and you'll want to include a variety of calorie dense foods in your smoothies like nuts, seeds, berries, and fruit.
The important thing is to eat above your maintenance level, just a little bit. You don't want to go overboard because you're going to gain a lot of body fat, but just a little bit, and make sure that you have sufficient protein. What we recommend is about 20% of your calories coming from protein if you're really serious about building muscle and bodybuilding. But if you just, you know, want to build some muscle and not be a professional, then you don't even have to worry about protein at all. Like, there is enough protein if you eat grains and legumes. Those are the 2 like main food sources that you have to focus on if you want to build muscle and develop your body, basically. So grains and legumes are key.
Smoothies are a great way to get in extra calories, and then I find, like, if you can add some like some caloric density to like sauces that you make. So rather than just like, you know, putting a little bit of, you know, I don't know, like lemon juice or something like that on a salad, like make like a nice rich dressing with some tahini and some avocado, blend that up with some hemp seeds, some spices, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some mustard, and then, you know, you're like getting so many more calories and so much more nutrition in that sauce, and then you'll be able to eat more of like the good food that you're putting it on as well.
Again, if you're still not gaining weight, more calories, more calories, more calories. And so think about calorie dense plant-based foods, things like avocados, making sure you're eating a lot of whole grains as well. If you do feel like you're getting too full with the level of fiber, then you can opt for things like white basmati rice as opposed to brown rice. Nothing wrong with that. But just making sure that consuming a lot of food and just getting used to the volume of food. At first it might seem like, I can't handle all of the food, so you can choose more calorie dense foods. So maybe increasing your fat intake, shooting for omega-3s if you can versus omega-6s, but just increasing the amount of calories you're consuming. The training doesn't need to change if you're trying to gain mass. The training should always be optimized to gain muscle. It's just that your nutrition needs to be permissive, that you have enough energy in the tank to build the muscle at the end of the day.
Yeah, one of my best tips is just you have to eat more. And sometimes you can get uncomfortable with eating more than you're used to because you physically get full a lot quicker. So an easy way around that is to drink your calories. So you really only need about 300 extra calories to really stimulate growth and to provide enough resources for your muscles to grow, even if you're bulking. So 300 extra calories can come primarily from complex carbohydrates or fats or a little bit of protein. So I normally just put a scoop of peanut butter extra and more complex carbohydrates into my diet. So I'll actually, if it's harder, I'll put it into my smoothie and drink them. So I'll put oatmeal into my smoothie, increase the calories. I'll put peanut butter into my smoothie, increase the calories. And it becomes a lot easier to get a large amount of calories in a shorter amount of time, and you don't feel so full. But that's probably my #1 tip for building muscle.
So gaining mass on a vegan diet is super simple. It's just like gaining mass not on a vegan diet. I think people overcomplicate it, like there's some sort of secret ingredient or something like that.
Okay, so my thing is, you know, the people who question muscle memory, yeah, you were big before, you put on the mass, then you've lost it, it's easier to put it back on. Yeah, maybe it is a little bit easier, but the point of the matter is, on a plant-based diet, you can still build lean muscle mass. And this is without taking any protein shakes. So, you know, it's putting the protein myth to bed, so to speak. I'm not saying you don't need excess protein when you're training your body, you do, but I'm saying you can get that from plants, plant power.
So the difference between animal protein and plant protein, the major differences are what comes with the protein. So if you have amino acids being put together to form protein, you have protein here and you have protein there. Now some of the amino acid amounts might be different from one source to the next, but the main difference is that animal protein comes with a lot of unwanteds that really will mess you up in the long run, such as saturated animal fat, cholesterol, environmental toxins and pollutants, stress hormones, antibiotics. I mean, the list really goes on, and it's just, when you really get into it, those are the kind of things that you simply don't want to put in your body. And so when you go into plant protein, although plant protein may be a little bit lower in certain essential amino acids needed for bodybuilding, it's loaded with fiber and antioxidants and phytochemicals and vitamins and minerals and water, hydration. I mean, there's so much good to be gained from eating plant protein versus animal protein. So most vegan bodybuilders will find themselves, if they eat well and if they eat healthy diet, they'll find themselves getting more healthy while they're training. They'll find it easier to burn body fat and a lot less inflammation. And so I think one of the biggest things we have to consider is it necessary to eat animal protein? And the answer is no, it's not necessary whatsoever.
What's going on YouTube? Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a real honor to feature all of those amazing vegan athletes. And as you can see in the corner of my screen is some Vivo Life vegan protein powder. A lot of the athletes in this video actually consume that product every day. And I've got to say thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And if you want an exclusive discount on that product, please check out the link down below and you'll be able to get to their website and take advantage of the amazing discount. It's an amazing product. Thank you again to Vivo Life. I'll see you guys very soon.